This week on the long-term tackle review, we're going to be taking an in-depth look at what I think could be one of the best bang for your bucks dedicated spod reels out there on the market at the moment, and that is the Okuma Big Bomber Spod Reel. Right, the Okuma Big Bomber Spod Reel is an absolutely brilliant bit of kit. And unlike most of the products that I use on these reviews, I haven't actually had it all that long, only a couple of months, but I can already tell that for the money it is absolutely banging bit of kit. Comes in at £59, so it's in the lower price bracket for a dedicated spod reel. You're looking at the same kind of price as like the Witchwood Dispatch 75000, which comes in at £59 as well. But I really love this bit of kit for the money. For a spod reel for me, it's going to take an absolute battering. You can see this one's already filthy. Been using quite a sloppy mix here on this trip to a linear, and it's absolutely grubby, but still working brilliantly. They're going to take a battering, so you don't, in my opinion, there's no point spending like a couple of £100 on a spod reel, because it's just going to get absolutely wrecked. You may as well spend 59 quid or whatever these can come in at, and you know, you can change it every few years for the price of what you're paying for, you know, a top of the range spod reel from Dyer or something like that, and you won't notice that much of a difference in performance. This has got a 5:1 retrieve ratio, which means it brings back a hell of a lot of line with each turn of the handle, which is really important when you're spodding, because if you use a standard retrieve rate on a normal reel, you're going to be winding for ages to bring that spod back, and you want to be getting that bait out there as quickly as possible. So that's really handy to have that on here. You've got two dedicated clips, which is one other bonus. On this trip I've had two separate spots, so I can clip the rod up to the shortest one and the longest clip at the same time, so you can spod out on that clip to the short one, and then on your last spod undo that line clip, and then you're straight in at the long one again, and then you've only got to keep clipping up once, if you get my drift, because you can always leave it on that longest one all the time when you're on a session. So it's really handy to have two separate line clips. They're rock solid metal sprung loaded clips. They're not going to damage your line, and they're also not going to break off, unlike the little plastic shark tooth ones that you can get. These are proper metal solid sprung loaded line clips, so that's really handy. The drag on the front, not that it's that important on a spod reel, because you're not playing fish or anything on it, so you don't need a super smooth drag, but it is a quick drag. So that is now fully locked up, and then half a turn, it's pretty much free, and another half a turn and it's completely free. Why you'd want this on a spod reel? Well, if you're like me, I only carry one spod setup. I don't carry a marker and a spod setup, and the reason for that is I can just switch this over to a lead setup, and I can just have a feel around with a lead setup, and then that is when a quick drag comes in handy, because you can just slacken it off and feed the line off if you're using it as a marker and a spod reel. So it's handy for that. But then if you're spodding, you can have it completely locked off, and that isn't going to give any line as you're hitting out a big heavy spod, because if it's not locked solid, you can get a bit of slip on it as you're casting with a real heavy spod. It's got a reverse wind on it as well, back wind, which is handy. It's just hidden at the back. It's a little flick switch. And yeah, it's just a super solid bit of kit. Not much more you can say about spod rod. It hammers it out there. It's got a real big pit style, great line lay, and a quick drag, and it works. It brings back a lot of line at once, fast retrieve. What more can you want? And for the price point, you just can't beat it, I don't think. The Witchwood Dispatch is a great spod reel as well. I'm not saying that this is miles apart from them, they're very similar reels. But it's just something a bit different, and I really like the sleek black finish on these new Okuma reels. So yeah, if you like this review, let me know what you use yourself in the comments below. Do you use the Witchwood? Do you use the more expensive, something like the Dyer Emblem or something along those lines for your spod rod? Or do you just use a standard carp reel? Leave a comment down below, let me know what you use. Also let me know if you've used this and what your opinions are of it. Okuma really seem to be stepping the game up, so they're definitely worth having a check out of their reels. If you've liked this video, hit like and subscribe. I'm putting out a lot more videos at the moment, so it'd be great and help the channel out if you click subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.